Hey everybody, welcome to your weekly video update. I'm Matt DeWolf, editor-in-chief of Car Wash Magazine and the chief marketing officer for International Car Wash Association. Friends, last week was a big week. It was a full week. It was the week of the Car Wash Show 2023, and it was full of a lot of really great moments, a lot of things I'd love to recap with you. I'm not going to go through all that list because we'd be here for hours recapping all the things, but I'm going to share a recap video with you in just a few moments. I've got a little bit of news. I do want to share one really fun story of mine from the show that I really took a lot out of. I think it was a nice moment. You might know that we do our Car Wash Magazine Live Studio each year at the Car Wash Show, and we get to have lots of great conversations and lots of great stories are told in that space, giving people lots of ideas to take back. We also get to play Plinko in that space, and so that's one of my favorite activities to do. But this time, we got to add grand prize Plinko in, so we got to up the stakes a little bit, give away a little bit more high dollar prize. And in one of the sessions, we had people rock, paper, scissoring for who was going to get to play the grand prize game. And Debbie Whitlock from Great White Express Car Wash was one of the folks who won. She got up on the Plinko drop, and she nailed it. Right? It like goes right down the center, bam, $500 victory. So we count out the money. It's a super exciting moment, right? Boom, 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 boom. $500 for Debbie, and she goes on her way. That felt pretty good, right? Giving away money always feels good. And then the next day, I think this is what's kind of cool about this story, right? So Debbie comes back, and she says, we had a great time last night with that prize money. Debbie could have done anything she wanted with this money, right? It's $500. She could have bought herself something. She could have bought something for one of her loved ones. She could have just gone out and had a good dinner by herself. Instead, Debbie did, I think, what most car wash people would do. Debbie took that money and she divided it amongst the team from her company that she brought with her. And they went out and they found a table in Las Vegas, and they gambled for a while, and they had lots of fun, and they, just got to be a team and be humans together. And when Debbie did that, she also had the fortune to be able to teach them a really important lesson: how to walk away from the table when you're up, right? So that's a big lesson. But at the end of the day, Debbie came back the next day and was telling me this story, and it was so nice to know that by giving away that one prize, right, we had some kind of an impact on people that we didn't even realize we were going to impact. And I think that that's really important to remember as we go about our business each day and how we make decisions and how we treat our people, that everything that we do, we have a tremendous opportunity to impact others, whether we know it or not. Everything that we do is having an impact on someone down the line. And it can be the littlest of things, but it can make the biggest of differences. So, and that's my story for this week. Here's the deal. If you've got a good story, I want to hear it and I want to share it. I don't care if you've got 150 locations or if you've got 2 locations or 1 location, or maybe you don't have a location yet. I want to hear your stories. Send those in to me. That's at mdwolf@carwash.org. All right, friends. Now I've got a little bit of news for you, and then I got a recap video. Here we go. So coming up, this is an important one. We've got the Executive Management Institute coming up. This is July 30th through August 3rd. However, that application deadline is in just a couple of weeks, and so I want to make sure you're aware of this, that you're doing that application, because it does take a little bit of time. This is that experience where you get to really challenge your thinking and kind of work on thinking bigger as a car wash person, right? And thinking strategically and honing those skills. And so if you've got somebody in your organization, or maybe you are that person in your organization where this is a skill you want to hone and develop, this is for you. So check that out, carwash.org/EMI. All right, now let's get a little bit into the news, shall we? So let's go with this one. You may have seen that WOW has expanded into Las Vegas with their acquisition. They're planning to get to 25 locations in the Las Vegas area here in the near future. So we'll be watching that, of course. Growing is hard. Growing is hard. So 25 is a pretty big number. So we'll watch that. We've got Zips. They've dropped the last episode in season 1 of their Car Wash Conversations. So I imagine they'll bring that back. It was a pretty successful program for them. We did a whole session on sports sponsorship at the Car Wash Show in Las Vegas, and so we talked a lot about this. We'll be releasing that content in the coming months for you all as well. And in the supplier side of the house, Istobal reports 12% sales growth in 2022, and they've now obviously they're still focused on the growth in Spain where they're based, but they're setting their sights on some of their other markets in the U.S. and the U.K. and some of their Asian markets to really look at where else they can grow, because that company is growing and is making some moves. So they're another one to watch. And then from our Champions Corner, we've got a pretty neat software announcement here from Mark 7. So Mark 7 announced its Mark 7 Plus software. This is software that lets you kind of remotely manage your wash. If you just can't be there that day, you're getting real-time access to car counts, revenue, and you can even remotely reset your wash if you're so inclined. So some pretty cool stuff going on there to kind of be mindful of, especially if you're already a Mark 7 customer. That's a really fun update. All right, friends, here's the deal. We're going to wrap it up this week. I've got a final video for you from the Car Wash Show 2023. We had a lot of great video content that we were releasing throughout the show. So we do have a YouTube playlist. I encourage you to check that out on our Car Wash Org channel because that is where you can see all kinds of things. We did some booth tours. We had some fun with Wade and Nick's picks, checking out some of the hot new companies in the industry. And we just gave you really great recaps every single day. So that's all there. We're going to distribute additional content for you in the coming months. So don't miss any of that. And until then, until you're checking out that upcoming content, there's only one thing that you have to do. And I think that you know by now what it is, friends, and that is keep it clean.
Or the feeling I got from the show the last few years, the show seems like it's everybody was fear what's going to happen, the private equity, franchising, and today I think the show that we just witnessed here, I felt a lot more individual operators. I felt a lot more local people, and it feels good because to me that's what the industry is about. We help each other, we respect each other, and there's a place for the new industry, the private equity, but there's a place for an owner, individual operator who wants to get in the car wash business and work hard and be successful. Like I said, this show just felt good. I know we're in a world that lives off of data, and lives off numbers, and we're always looking to those things to validate what we're doing, but it's hard to put a price on just walking around the show and just feeling good. I think we're going to build off of this for the whole year, and I'm already looking forward to Nashville.
When people came and visited you in the 90s or the early 2000s, you talked about the industry to them versus today. When someone's coming fresh and they're saying, I wonder if I should get into this business, how do you talk about that? What are a few bullet points that you give them for ideas or strategies to be successful in this environment?
We always help people. You know, this is our friends, these are our families. So anybody who calls me today and says, love to come visit your car wash, we're always happy to visit. Some conversations has changed different. It depends who calls now. If you get a guy from a private equity firm in New York, he's asking different questions than an individual who wants to get in this business. So it depends on that way. But for both sides, you still got to run these car washes. And I think that's always been the challenge. It's still a people business. I know we've changed the labor model some with the Express, with the pay stations and gates. But at the end of the day, just like a Starbucks or anything, it's people. And you got to develop people. So my advice for an individual looking to start a car wash or a private equity chain with loads of money wanting to get in this space, do your homework, do your due diligence. And we don't want car washes to fail. We want everybody to succeed. So please do your due diligence, ask around, come to the ICA. There's a wealth of resources out there. You look at the LEAD program, you look at all the car wash, Matt DeWolf, and there's so much information out there that you can get and do your homework. I really suggest doing that because it's so important.
Hey everybody, it's Matt DeWolf, Chief Marketing Officer for the International Car Wash Association. I'm standing here as we're wrapping up the Car Wash Show 2023. Behind me, everything's coming down, which is a little depressing, but this was a phenomenal show. We had more than 190,000 square foot of exhibiting space. We had more than 421 unique exhibiting companies and more than 9,000 attendees. And so it was a really packed 3 days. Everybody was full of energy. It's going to be super sad that we won't have you all with me tomorrow, but frankly, I've had enough car wash for today, friends. So tune in if you want more content from us next week when we come back to you with our weekly video updates. We'll make sure that you don't forget everything that you've learned at the Car Wash Show 2023. When you're out there and you're just killing it washing cars, keep it clean.